and welcome to Crafts with Ash, DIY and Decor. My name's Ashley, and today I'm going to bring you my top 10 favorite tips and tricks on how to throw a Pinterest-worthy birthday party on a Dollar Tree budget. First, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little notification bell so you're notified anytime I upload a new video. I upload a bunch of times a month, and coming into the spring and summer seasons, I'm going to do a big spring cleaning, organization, declutter series. Plus, we're going to get my backyard areas ready for summer, my front porch ready, and all things fun and the sun. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, definitely subscribe and turn on those notifications. Now, I've been throwing parties for as long as I can remember. Before all the judgments happen, yes, I do go overboard, but the best part is it's on a low budget. Do you have to do all these tips and tricks to have a fabulous birthday party? No, absolutely not. Will your kids love it even if you blow up one balloon, have a cake, and invite some friends over? Of course they will. Of course. I'm a party planner at heart. This is what I love to do. I have heard from other moms or parents say, man, I wish I could throw birthday parties like that. This is what brought this video to you, because you can. You absolutely can. But I just think that people get intimidated or overwhelmed or think, oh my gosh, I don't have the budget for that, or that's so expensive. With these hacks and tips and tricks that I'm going to give you, you are absolutely going to blow your guests away without blowing your budget. And don't forget, you can incorporate this into graduation parties. You can do this for baby showers. You can do this for like a baseball party. Like, I know that a lot of parents throw baseball end of year parties. My dad used to do it for when I used to play basketball. Yes, I used to play basketball. Let that one sink in. So any type of theme party you can do. So let's jump right into it. Tip number 1. The first thing, of course, you need to look at or consider is the venue. No matter where you're going to have the party, you need to consider these things. Number 1, is it going to be big enough to hold as many guests as you're going to have? And number 2, the most obvious, is it available on the day that you need? If the answers are good, yes, it's going to be big enough, yes, it's available, then you need to ask the person that owns the venue or works at the venue, or if you're using somebody's home. Like for my birthday party that I did this year for my daughter, I used my mom's basement. Even if you're going to have it in your home, you need to consider these things as well. Are you going to have enough tables and chairs? What is the table setup? And something I learned from experience, are they round tables? Are they rectangular tables? Are they square tables? That'll come in handy for when you go shopping for the table decor. You also want to make sure that they don't not allow anything. Do they allow confetti? Do they allow glitter? Do they allow tape on the walls? These things you want to know ahead of time before shopping for all your decorations. What is the setup and flow for your space? In my mom's basement, we've always done the same setup for birthday parties. We have the cake table right at the bottom of the steps. We have food tables across the one wall, and then on the other side, we always have a drink table. We have a table set up like it kind of in the bigger area for presents, and then we have the eating tables where people actually sit down and eat in the big party area. If you hear noises in the background, that is Charlotte. She's just noisy today. I apologize. Okay, so something that is going to be very helpful to you as well, if you're not having the party in your home or somebody's home that you're familiar with, then you're going to want to take photos of the space. For my daughter's first mermaid birthday party, I went in and I took photos of the space. We were having it in a grocery store party room. It was the perfect party room, but you know, I'm such a visual person, I needed to take photos. So you definitely want to take photos of every single angle of the space. You want to maybe take photos of their chairs, of their tables. If they already offer linens, take pictures or make note of what they offer. If you're going to bring in food, are you allowed to bring in your own food? I know at the grocery store, they actually had a catering department. I was not allowed to bring in my own food. I had to get their food catered in, which was fine. It actually worked out great. Why wouldn't I do that? And then I also had to spend a certain amount in the grocery store itself. hello, I got all my paper products. So that was perfect. And then for that, I had like themed candies. So I just went down and got like all the candies. It worked out perfectly. But you want to make sure that you are allowed to bring in, food, drinks, alcohol. You want to ask about alcohol because some places don't allow it. So those are my tips I have for you for the venue. So you want to find out the setup, the availability, how many guests it can fit, the tables and chairs situation, the flow, how's it going to flow? And then if there's things that they don't allow, and also don't forget to take pictures of the space. So this is if you're going to have it at a venue that is not your house or like a parent's house or a friend's house or somebody that you know. It is nice just as a courtesy to check with your friends or family on that stuff. But most of the time, if you're having it in someone's home, you don't have to worry about any of that. But those are just my tips for you about the venue. Number 2. This is the list I follow for every single party I plan. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the screen. This is the actual list that I made for my daughter's 6th birthday party, which was zombies themed this year. Disney zombies, not like Halloween scary zombies. Unfortunately, this is not a theme that maybe a lot of you are going to be familiar with. If you are, comment down below and let me know if you have a little zombies fan in your house. But, unfortunately, it's not going to be as recognizable as, say, like The Little Mermaid or Cinderella or something like that. But this is just what I'm going to use as an example. But I promise you, you can use all of my tips and tricks and hacks for any theme that you want to go with. So this is the list that I always use. I always divide it up into 4 sections. You have the food and drink section, you have the decor section, the extras. This is going to be your goodie bags, maybe your favors. I order a themed book for every birthday party that guests can sign, which is a great memento to keep. But not only that, it's functional because we like to read it. I have done this for every single birthday party of my daughter's, and she loves to go through to see who signed her book every year and who was at her party. Maybe you want to do something extra special like t-shirts. But I am that mom. Either I make or buy themed t-shirts for all the birthday parties, and I've done it for the past 6 years, so it's really hard for me to not do it anymore because my sister actually came up with a great idea. She said that when all the birthday parties are done, they're too old for birthday parties and things like that, she's actually going to take all my t-shirts and make it into a t-shirt blanket, which I think is just amazing. I am so sorry about my baby. She was supposed to be napping and she woke up. Okay. And then you have the to make section. Now, being a DIYer, I do make a lot of my decor, which is also another way how I keep it on a low budget. Because most of the time I already have what I need in my craft stash. And being that you're watching me on a DIY channel, you're probably huge DIYers too. You probably have a craft stash, so you could probably do the same. In the to make section, that's easy. You're just going to make a list of things that you're going to make. Now, what I like to do is I do have a Pinterest board where I save pins of ideas, but because I like to have everything in one spot, what I do is actually copy and paste that image of whatever I want to make or the inspiration piece and paste it right into my document. Now, I have a Mac computer, so I use Pages, but you can do this on Microsoft Word. But I literally copy and paste, as you can see here, into my document. Now, whether or not I'm going to have time to make all of that doesn't matter right now because I want to keep these things saved and at my fingertips so I can go back and go, okay, wait, what was that one thing I saw on Pinterest? And then I don't have to search and search and search. Anything I think I want to make, I'm going to go ahead and put it into my document so it's right there and I can easily pull it up. And I can look at it as I'm making it. So this is the list that I always follow. My third tip and trick is the licensed products. Now, if you are going to throw, let's say, a Disney-themed party, Little Mermaid, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, something like that, or Spider-Man, something that has actual licensed products. Don't feel like you have to go to the party store and buy every single item. What I like to do is just sprinkle them in here and there and then supplement with just generic decor. So for the birthday party I'm going to be using as an example today, the colors were lime green, hot pink, purple, and then little sprinkles of silver here and there. So what I did was I actually, and I usually do this at all my parties, I went to Party City was where they actually have the licensed products besides Amazon, but I have a Party City real close to me, so I just decided to go there. And I bought the cake plates, licensed cake plates, and licensed hanging decor, which I don't actually use as hanging decor, and I'm going to get into that in just a minute. I also bought a few pack of the licensed tablecloths, a few packs of the licensed balloons, and then a pack of stickers, which I'm going to show you something special I did in just a minute. I did not spend a ton of money on licensed decor. So along with the licensed products, one thing that I mentioned that I bought was the hanging decor. I did not actually use it as hanging decor. I use this hack almost every birthday party. I use them in the centerpieces. Here's a picture of where I bought hanging decor from Party City for my daughter's Toy Story party, and here it is as a centerpiece. Look at the centerpiece. Literally, this is an Amazon box that I already had. I went to UPS or some kind of shipping store, bought the peanuts, and it was a big bag. So one bag probably was like $3, $4 and got me through all my centerpieces. So I went ahead, I filled the box with some plastic bags just to take up space, put some peanuts. I put the little photos on floral card holders. I don't actually know the technical names, but those floral card holders I would highly recommend. I bought these years ago and I use them every single party. The reason why I use these is because normally these little licensed pictures are double-sided, so you're not having to glue like a dowel rod or a stick to the back of one, and then that kind of ruins the picture. I love using these. Plus, they are reusable and you're not gluing anything on anything, which means that you can A, resell the party supplies that you have maybe on Facebook Marketplace or eBay or wherever you sell things or want to, or give it away, and B, you can reuse these floral things, whereas if you hot glued a stick to the back of something, you can't. So this is like my tip within the tip. Definitely get these floral arrangement pick holder card things because I use them all the time. Hobby Lobby carries them. I'm sure any craft store carries them. I think I've seen them at Walmart. I ordered a big pack from Amazon years ago, and I've just been using them over and over and over. You can even get creative with the licensed little hanging decor pieces. You can see here that I added one to the shrimp because in the movie, the mascot is the mighty shrimp. And this piece actually came with that hanging decor. And then here I just added some of those graphics to some Dollar Tree balloons, which immediately turned it into themed decor. And then I went around and added more of those graphics all around the party. As you can see here, I added them to the punch and the drinks, and then I added them to more sticks and just stuck them in some balloon arrangements. So get creative by using those graphics. Another item that I mentioned earlier were the stickers, and instead of spending a ton of money on goodie bags, I went to the Dollar Tree and I picked up my own, and I just added a sticker to the goodie bags and then added some fun things inside. My tip number 4 is utilize the Dollar Tree. Over the past couple years, the Dollar Tree really stepped it up in the party decor game. They are your go-to place for your servingware, for some cheap decorations. What I like to do is I like to sprinkle in the Dollar Tree decorations and kind of hack them to bring them up a little bit. I'm going to show you an example right now. This banner I actually got from the Dollar Tree, so it was $1.25. I went home and cut out some letters on my Cricut, or you can just buy stickers from the Dollar Tree, and I spelled out concessions. I did this because the theme of the party, again, is Disney Zombies. If you're not familiar, it takes place in a high school and kind of plays off of a cheerleader and a zombie football player. So I thought concessions would be fun to hang over the food table, just kind of a play on words and kind of just a themed sign. So that is something I made for $1.25 because I already had everything for the Cricut at home. So even that touch right there is personalized, and it only cost me the price of the banner. I actually ended up buying 2, so what I did was put the other one in front of the present table. Another thing that I really love to get from the Dollar Tree, and I do a lot of online comparing prices, is their servingware. Now, like I said, lime green, hot pink, and purple were the colors for this party. So I wanted, of course, themed servingware. Some of this stuff I already had. I actually threw a gender reveal for myself. Yes, I did. When we found out the gender of her 6 years ago. I can't believe it, 6 years ago. So any of the pink decor I already had because I did like the whole blue and pink. So I just reused what I had in the past. So I definitely wanted to do the purple. Right now they have a lot of pink and purple out in my Dollar Tree party section at least. So that was perfect. It was ready to go. So you definitely want to utilize the Dollar Tree because you can really get a lot of things there that won't cost a fortune. Now my 5th tip for you, definitely shop online first. Look online and compare. These places are the places that I look first. Party City, Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree, of course, and Amazon. If I have to, I will reach out to or kind of look into Walmart. Walmart does have good deals sometimes if they're in stock. So the problem I find with Walmart is that they don't have a lot in stock. Target's expensive. I don't even look there. Michael's, forget it. You guys all know my thoughts on Michael's. Nothing personal to Michael's lovers, but I'm just not one. But Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, Party City, and Amazon are the way to go, at least in my opinion. Now, you can look at places like Rhode Island Novelty or Oriental Trading. They're going to have party decor as well, but you have to pay for shipping. So it kind of just depends on what you want to spend. When you're shopping for tableware, this is your napkins, your plates, your tablecloths, even your silverware even. Hobby Lobby, when they have their sale, they are the best price. They even beat Dollar Tree prices. Yes, that's right. When they have their party decor on 50% off, then they actually have cheaper tablecloths than the Dollar Tree, and you can kind of tell the difference in quality too. The Hobby Lobby brand is just a little bit thicker, whereas the Dollar Tree is kind of flimsier and thinner. So definitely check the Hobby Lobby weekly ad. They have a variety of different colors. They even have some patterns and pretty florals that you can choose, but this definitely came in handy when I was shopping. And like I said, I like to mix up the licensed decor with generic decor because then it will cut your budget literally in half. After the sale, my tablecloths were only turned out to be like 99 cents, but I thought that the prices were great. Another thing that I do as I shop around is I mark on my list where I found the best places. So as you can see, where under decorations, it says pink dinner plates, it says PC. That means Party City had the best price. If I found something I wanted from Amazon, that was AZ, Hobby Lobby was HL, and of course Dollar Tree was DT. Now, all of those items that you see in green means that I purchased them. So that means I'm good to go with those items and I already have them and check them off my list. All right, my 6th tip for you. Nothing says Pinterest-worthy party than an awesome, amazing, just fantastic cake table. This is where I splurge. And when I say splurge, I'm not talking about money splurge. I'm talking about put all my effort into splurge. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time at the cake table. Now, earlier I said my setup for the birthday parties in my mom's basement is the cake table is right down the steps. It is the first thing you see when you enter my daughter's party. So I want this to be the best first impression and a great welcome into her party. I always do this. Now, I always say that the cake table is my piece de resistance. It's the one that I spend the most time on. Some staples that I always use for a cake table is backdrop, an overlay. When I say overlay, I'm probably not even using that correctly, but either a balloon garland or florals or curtains or other fabrics, something that's going to cover the top of the backdrop so you don't see the actual backdrop itself. Real quick, I'm going to show you how easy it is to set up an amazing cake table by using this backdrop I ordered from Amazon and other supplies from the Dollar Tree. So not only was it quick and easy, but it was extremely affordable too. And like I said, it is going to wow your guests. Okay, so this is the backdrop I use. I absolutely love it. This is my favorite, and I've gone through a bunch of backdrops. This is by far the easiest one if you don't do this a lot like me, like I do it a few times a year. but it's held up great. So what you do is you actually fill these with water. And they do have covers. I just never use them because I always hide them behind the table. But they come with a bunch of these right here, like the actual sticks, and then the connectors. And then they also come with corner pieces. But you can make balloon columns. So you could do like the straight up and down columns. You can do a full backdrop. It's totally up to you. But I think if you want to do like a full backdrop, you have to actually get 2 sets of this, but 100% worth it if you do this a lot. Or, you know, like I said, like a few times a year, but I've gotten so much use out of this. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the backdrop up. I would have liked this to go a little higher, but when I did it, it like literally almost went to the ceiling, and I'm like, that's too high. So we're just gonna leave it like this. The balloons will make it look a little higher once I put it up, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the backdrop up, and to do that, I like to use painter tape, so that way it doesn't rip your wall. And also, like I said, here's like a little tip. When you do this, hide these behind the table. I like to make it so the backdrop, this is my personal opinion, so that the backdrop is a little shorter than the actual table. Or like it doesn't go the exact width and it doesn't go past, kind of. I don't know. I guess it kind of just depends on what design you're going for, I guess. So yeah. Anyway, so now we're going to go ahead and put the backdrop up and then the balloons. Now the balloons, I have to see how many I have, but I know for sure it's going to go to table height, up, over, and down. If I have enough, I'll drop it down, but I'm not sure that I'm going to have enough. So we're going to see. So let's get to work. This year for my backdrop, I just picked up these 2 fringe backdrops from the Dollar Tree, which equaled out to be $2.50. I'm going to use the painter's tape, and I'm just going to tape them right to the wall, right where the top of the backdrop hits. Don't worry, the balloons will cover it, and I'm going to talk about the balloons in just a minute. But this is how easy it is to set up a really cute cake table that's going to wow your guests. Now let's talk about some more ideas for your cake table. I always like to put pictures of my daughter that year. Now, every year I take themed pictures of her, and then all I do is just get them developed. I go to the Dollar Tree, buy some frames, and I stick them on the dessert table, and that adds some customization on a low budget, and I absolutely love doing that. Now, you can even go as far as making your own cake topper. I have done this even before Cricket. Now remember, I got my Cricket in 2021. She was born in 2017, which means in 18 was her first birthday. So what did you think I did for, my whole life up until 2021 before my Cricket? You can absolutely do all these things without a Cricket. Here is an example of a candle I made. I literally went to the Dollar Tree. I bought a 3 candle. I painted some black little spots on it to bring in the Toy Story theme. Then by using some cupcake toppers that I bought from Amazon, I cut one off the stick and I went ahead and glued it to the candle. And now I just created a cheap themed candle for Toy Story and her birthday. And I could keep it if I wanted, I could put it in a little plastic baggie, throw it in her memorabilia box. So again, for my 6th tip, put a lot of your effort into the cake table because it will blow your guests away. Number 7, this one is going to sound intimidating. It is. However, my biggest tip for you, do the balloons yourself. I am going to show you how I made the easiest garland. Now, I'm not going to take you step by step because there are so many YouTube tutorials. How do you think I learned? Just YouTube it. I'm going to put my favorite one in the description box below. But I am going to show you what I purchased. Now, this is the first balloon garland I ever made. This was from my daughter's Toy Story 3rd birthday party. I sat there and blew up all of those balloons, all of them, with my mouth, with my own air, my own oxygen. I do not recommend that. I was a little lightheaded. This is the product that I bought off of Amazon. Now, this has come in handy in more than one occasion and has definitely paid for itself. For the amount of money that I would have to pay someone to do a balloon garland, this pays for itself over and over and over again, I promise you. As far as the balloons, Amazon, in my opinion, is the place to go. They already have themed kits, like the Toy Story kit. For all the balloons you see here, all came in a kit. So I would highly recommend recommend Amazon for your balloon kits. Now, Hobby Lobby is starting to sell themed balloon kits. They have a mermaid theme that I saw. They do have this Toy Story one or like farm animal one. So I would definitely look at Hobby Lobby as well. I do think that their balloon quality is great. For this party in particular, because the colors were hot pink, lime green, and purple, I could not find a pack like that on Amazon, so I had to buy the packs individually. For this, I recommend Hobby Lobby. Their balloons come in packs of 25. I had more than enough balloons to do this garland. Now, I'm going to preface all this with, I am not a professional balloon person. I do not do this and sell it. I used to. I do not anymore. But they are so easy to make. Anyone can do it. And I'm not a professional balloon person. So don't think that this is coming from me as a professional. This is something I do just to do myself, so I don't have to pay someone to do it. And I literally taught myself on YouTube. So the first thing I did was just grab my pump and started blowing up all of the balloons. Now, I tied them individually. Professionals will tell you to tie 2 together. For some reason, I could never get that to work. So you just do what works best for you. After all my balloons were done, I went ahead and tied 2 together and then tied 2 pairs into quads. So I took 2 of the pairs and tied them together. Next, I went ahead and took some fishing line and I tied them all to the fishing line, and that way that's what created the garland. So here's the backdrop that I set up a little bit earlier in the video, and I got my husband to help me actually hang the garland onto the backdrop itself. Now you can see that there's a big hole in the middle. Don't worry, I'm just going to take another one of those quads and I am going to tie it on there. You can see me doing it here. Now all I did to get the garland on the backdrop was just use some painter's tape and tape down the string that the balloons are on. After I have it kind of placed exactly where I want, I'm going to take the extra balloons, the single ones. I'm going to use glue dots, which I purchased from the Dollar Tree, or if you buy a kit, usually they're included. But I'm just going to use these glue dots to go ahead and fill in all of these holes. I ended up using all of the balloons, and it was the perfect amount. And I have to say, I did not pop one balloon in this whole process. I was very proud of myself. But this is how easy it is to create this balloon garland. In the past, I've also made balloon columns. And here's a picture of a rainbow arch that I made for the Wizard of Oz party. And this is a different thing that I backdrop that I had to buy because it was an actual arch. But again, totally worth it.
You look like $1,000,000 wearing that dress I like. You're smiling, but there's something missing in your eyes. Girl, I can tell that you have...
So after the balloon garland was on, I went ahead and added the tablecloth. Now in this shot right here, I'm going to show you how I also use those licensed hanging decor pieces to add on the garland to again add that themed touch.
On your mind, but I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow.
Now, I know that maybe doing a balloon arch or balloon garland or balloon columns might sound intimidating to you, but I promise it is not hard, and at the end of the day, it is going to be the cheaper option for you. So if you don't do any of these other hacks, definitely do this one because this is going to save you the most amount of money. Now, my tip number 8 for you, do not go overboard with desserts. I used to do like a big candy bar, a big display of sweets and treats. Don't do it. You do not need it. These days, I don't know what it is with people, but they are not eating cupcakes and cake like they used to. And also, they're not going to sit there and eat candy. I always get left with a ton of candy. So I learned this year and decided that I was not going to do that. Now, what I do every year is I usually do a small cake for my daughter to blow out her candle, and then of course I can serve it to the guests as well. But this is like, when I talk small, I'm talking 5-inch cake. And then I do cupcakes. Now, I ordered 30 cupcakes this year for 42 guests. So that's not even one for everyone. I got left with at least 10 cupcakes. So if that doesn't tell you anything, definitely candy would have been left as well. So believe me, don't go crazy. I know that Pinterest has a ton of good, fun, cute ideas for a candy bar that's very tempting, but unless you want to be stuck with all that candy, don't do it, because then you're going to eat it. My number 9 hack for you: keep everything when you're done. Earlier, you heard me say that all of the pink servingware came from my gender reveal party. It did. I kept all that servingware because I'm like, you know what? I'm having a girl. I'm sure I'll need pink decor sometime in the future. So here we go. I got to use it again. Return what you don't use and what's opened. I just made a trip to Hobby Lobby to return about $30 worth of stuff. I actually overbought on the cake plates, but unfortunately I didn't think to not open all of them. This is another tip for you. Don't open. Like if you have packs of plates, maybe open the first 2 packs so they're available, but don't open the rest. I could have returned probably 4 packs of licensed plates and probably got about $10 back. So you definitely don't want to open everything unless you need it. So you definitely want to keep everything so you can reuse it. I have a literal bin of just party wear. Keep everything, and this is going to save you so much time and money in the future, especially if you're just now starting to get into birthday parties because you're just now having kids or something like that. Then keep it. This is going to save you so much money in the long run. Now, my 10th biggest tip for you is start shopping ahead of time. Watch the sales. Like I said, Hobby Lobby has really great sales on party decor, but they're not every week. You have to watch their weekly ad. So when they go on sale, you know, okay, I'm going to go this week to go get all the napkins, the plates, the tablecloths, things like that from Hobby Lobby because they're going to be on sale. Party City, they send out coupons a lot. 15% off an order of $35 or something like that. Shop with your coupons and time it. Now, I start shopping at the beginning of the year. Normally, we know what the theme's going to be. Especially when they're little, you get to pick the theme and you're not probably going to change it. Kids change their mind 100 times. But like for her mermaid party, I was collecting stuff constantly. That way you don't have to mad rush at like a month before the party or a couple weeks and spend all that money like in those few paychecks that are right there. That way you can spread it out. And if you do my tip from before is save everything, then you probably have a good stash of party decor too. So I really hope that this video gave you so many ideas, some inspiration, so that you can cut the cost for your party but still feel like you knocked it out of the park. Because I promise you, like I said earlier, your guests are going to be blown away, but you didn't blow your budget. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know down in the comments if you like these kind of videos. I am so sorry for all the background noise. I apologize if it got a little noisy at points. She's just the noisy one. What can I say? Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you loved what you saw. Click that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Maybe share it with a friend that has a party coming up that could maybe use some of these tips. Hey, if you loved this video today, don't forget to check out this one and click my photo to become a subscriber. Well, until I see you again, I'll party with you soon. Bye!